Swansea Sound's Sunday Hotline. Got something to say? Call the hotline now on 01792 893 031. The Sunday Hotline on Swansea Sound. The comments made by the presenter or callers to this phone-in programme do not necessarily represent the views of Swansea Sound.
Welcome back. Let's go to our next caller, John Evans. Good morning, John.
Good morning, how are you?
How are you doing, mate? All right, yeah. Now, listen, you were a one-time councillor there on the town council in Glynneath, but you're president of the junior tennis up there. How hard has this hit your youngsters?
It's frustrating, because for the 3.5 years I was a councillor there, we had this junior tennis here thriving, literally thriving, when we rolled out a own Wimbledon tournament down here, the Australian Open down here. It wasn't just about getting the children on the tennis courts. The parents, grandparents, they were all congregating there to watch the children playing. We had fresh food put on by Mrs. Sedgemore, and it was a proper community spirit. But what's frustrating me now is that this council now was turned around, right, and they said that under health and safety they've closed the courts down in case it ices up. How on earth can those courts ice up if they're an all-weather court? Now answer me that then.
Oh, is it an all-weather service?
It's an all-weather courts there.
Oh, right. So I was thinking they were maybe some concrete, or they were ash courts. No. That's the old days. It's that ages me when we were playing on the ash courts. So do you think there's an ulterior motive behind this then?
Yes. I don't know what on earth it is with this council, but if they reckon that they've closed it under health and safety, therefore they would have had to have a risk and assessment on the courts. Oh, yeah. Now, this is something I would seriously like to see the copy of the report. But what it is, they're not even answering to anybody at all. Yeah. And that, when you're trying to talk to somebody that won't answer you, that's even more frustrating.
I would have thought, that in a community as small as Glynneath, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, you'll understand what I'm saying, that some of these councillors, the likelihood is that they would have children or grandchildren who would want to play on those tennis courts.
Oh, don't talk so silly, man. There's a different kettle of fish to us. Their children don't like tennis. They prefer to go play football and rugby.
Oh, dear.
But what it is, as I said, we had 60 children on the books here.
Yeah.
And plus the other children in the community here, you got Jonathan and Wayne, but they're two fully qualified coaches.
Yeah.
And that's the frustrating part, when you got two boys as prepared to coach these children for nothing. Now, when I was on the council, I had grants for the two boys to purchase new tennis rackets, new balls. They don't come cheap. At
the moment, there's a scheme which has been operated through Swansea City, through the Premier League, of to get people active in sport. And one of what they do is they make facilities at wherever they are. And I think the Glamorgan or Virgin, as it's called now, isn't it? Is kids can use those courts at certain times there for free. In the Premier League are covering it. And tennis is one of the sports. So what they're saying, the Premier League is saying, is that tennis is one of those sports that they want to encourage children to get involved in for health reasons.
Exactly. You're talking about obesity for starters, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about diabetes too, for another level again. But what it is, just say for argument's sake now, right? You've got children that don't want to play football, don't want to play rugby because they get bumped. But the soothing side of it for children, to knock a ball back and forth over a net, that's the other alternative. Yeah. Now, in these hard times in these communities where we haven't got much, right, well, this is an additive for the children to use. But instead of that, this council shut it down. And personally, myself, I don't think they've got the right to do it. Because at the end of the day, see, Kev, the tennis courts belongs to the people of Glynneath, not the council.
Of course. Well, let's maybe get some response from the council, or maybe some added opinion from folks who are involved. Just to emphasise, the Premier League for sport, which is organised through the Swansea City Community Trust locally, it involves every Premier League club and other clubs as well. And the current sessions that they're holding at the moment, this current calendar period, hockey, table tennis, and tennis, two sports which are very different from football, but sports which the Premier League are saying that through their clubs' community departments, youngsters should be encouraged to take up and can play free tennis at the Swansea Tennis Centre, the Dylan Thomas Comprehensive School, Bishopston Comprehensive School, I think, and they have used the Glamorgan on other times as well. Hey, more power to your elbow, John, and many thanks for using the hotline this morning to highlight that. That's excellent.